Today, today it's raining and I want to get back to my tea before it gets cold. So let's see if I can not ramble on as I sometimes tend to do with these. And I'm rambling now and hey, whoops. Today I wanted to talk about why we don't do the things we say we're going to do, why we break promises to ourselves. And I think it can be a different amalgamation of things for everyone. And I think we all do break promises to ourselves. And I think the most important thing about that is to forgive yourself, and to just know that you do what you do. And we all kind of have limited time and limited space in our lives, and a lot of things that we want to do with that limited time and limited space. So, I've been looking specifically at this whole adventure project situation because it's been a couple of months now. It's been 2 months. And I just updated my little list and looked at what I've done so far. And I've tackled a few of them. I'm training for the marathon that's set in March, and I did the scariest one. I did the crowdfunding experiment, which freaking terrified me, and I kind of collapsed in the middle of it. But I did it. And I'm kind of in process of working through the other ones. So I think for me, the reason that I tend to break promises to myself is because either I've decided that I am a superhuman and I can do everything, and somehow I managed to turn 24-hour days into 37-hour days, and I don't have to sleep for any of it. And that is the only way that many of the things that I set out for myself could be accomplished. So for me, I need to just be realistic about life. But also the things that are really important to me that I do set out for myself, but I don't accomplish as quickly as I'd like to, I'm realizing it's because I have a lot of feelings about it. This adventure project, I started it and I was really excited and really gung-ho about it. And then I got to a point where, I sort of lost a little bit of that initial excitement, and I started to have feelings about the hard pieces of it. And of course, talking about the feelings of it was the main point of doing this. And I kind of collapsed in on that one a bit, especially around the crowdfunding project, because that was just so scary for me and so hard. It brought up a lot of stuff just around money and around, what I'm trying to create and what's valuable about it and what isn't valuable about it. It just pushed all my buttons. And I let it take me down a little bit. I let those buttons pull me away from what I really wanted to do. And so I think that can be a piece of it. You start something that you're really excited about and you love it and it's great and it's fun, and then you hit that plateau or you hit a dip where suddenly it's hard and you don't see any reward in sight. We all like rewards. We all like pushing a little button and getting the candy bar. So when the candy bar takes a week or a month or a year, do you keep pushing that button when suddenly you're wondering if the candy bar is going to show up at all, and maybe you're wasting your time pushing this button? Maybe you should be pushing another button. Maybe there are better buttons out there. So, for me, I'm trying to pay more attention to when all of those feelings start to build up and start to compress themselves in me so that I can just let them out. And for me, often that means, crying hysterically for an hour. That keeps happening. But every time it does, and it's a little disturbing to me, and if anybody else happens to be in the room, sorry. But every time I really lose it like that, it means that all the emotions that have been kind of trapped in my body are gone, and I'm clear again, and I'm suddenly excited to be doing whatever thing that I set off to do. So I think that's my answer personally as to why I don't finish things. It's because I let the emotions around, the process get clogged in my body, and I don't release them. And so when I release them in whatever way I do, it suddenly clears me out and allows me to keep moving forward. So if you're an emotion suppressor like me, that could be a reason for you, and it might be something to look at. Yay!